each of us in this Zoom are the experts in our own grief. And while I'm not the expert, I can appreciate what it must be like for each of you to join today, to return to UCSF, to return as you do every day to your grief, to join in community to bear witness to loss. And for that, I am deeply, deeply respectful of you. Years ago, in a major medical journal, a physician named Malcolm Potts wrote about his grief after the death of his wife. He said, "Grief is an astonishing emotion. It is the tally half of love, and it has to be. Grief is an astonishing emotion. It is the tally half of love, and it has to be." And indeed, grief has to be. If you love, you will grieve. If you care, you will lose things that matter so, so deeply to you, that mean everything to you. Grief has to be. And grief is universal. Grief is human, but there's no one right way to grieve. It's different for everyone. There's no right or wrong time. There's no right or wrong intensity. There's no right or wrong way to feel. And grief as well changes over time. It's not that grief shrinks, it's that we may grow. For each of us who loves, which is to say, for all of us, grief has to be. Francis Weller, one of the world's true experts in grief, said, "Grief is not a problem to be solved or a condition to be medicated, but a deep encounter with an essential experience of being human." And perhaps, too, grief is one of the ways that loss heals. Grief may be one of the ways that loss heals. In feeling our feelings and perhaps in experiencing our feelings in community, such as the one assembled here today, we can find some healing, some recognition, if not some solace for our pain. Today, then, I invite each of us here to participate in the next hour as it serves you in your grief, to listen, to speak, to sit in silence, but to know that you are part of a large and caring community of others. And this day of remembering, this is our opportunity to bear witness to each other, to share our grief, our vulnerability, to share our love. My first honor is to introduce our first speaker, Ramona Laughing-Brook Webb. Among many, many other things, Ramona is the poet in residence at the UCSF National Center of Excellence in Women's Health. She's a powerful and dear soul and a spirit and a deep, dear friend to me. Ramona, thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. And thank you so much for those kind and generous words that give me ease. I'm so grateful to be here on this day of remembrance on behalf of the National Center of Excellence in Women's Health and the Black Women's Health and Livelihood Initiative. And I want to begin with a moment of gratitude. Gratitude is a noun, the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. Gratitude keeps us in the world of celebrating what is possible. Focusing our energetic vibration on hope, unconditional love offers us a pathway through the embrace of the seen and unseen, the known and unknown. Thank you for gathering here today as we come together to honor and remember those who have touched our lives with gratitude. And we begin this powerful work with a land acknowledgement, as written by Kinfolks, who is Black Choctaw, and myself, Ramona Laughing-Brook Webb, who is Afro Creek Muskogee. As individuals seeking social justice, we recognize the importance of committing to the everyday work of deepening our understanding of the history and actions that have led each of us to exist on this land, North America. So we begin this powerful work with a land acknowledgement. We intentionally recognize and respect as Indigenous people as the traditional stewards of this land and honor the enduring relationship that exists between Indigenous people and traditional Indigenous territories. We acknowledge the Ohlone people and all Indigenous peoples whose traditional and unceded territories we are gathered upon today. We acknowledge the overlapping histories of this region, including the continuing conditions of stolen Indigenous land and power, in addition to the ongoing violence produced by the legacy of racialized slavery and oppression. We also recognize that the institutions and industrial complexes with which we struggle within have been complicit in the erasure of history and continue to benefit from and perpetuate processes of colonization, broken treaties, racism, colorism, homo, transphobia, misogyny, dispossession, and displacement. Let us take a moment to extend our deepest thanks, gratitude, and appreciation to our shared ancestors, present elders, and emerging elders. Let us reflect in silence and then be mindful of conducting our work using words, actions, and intentions that demonstrate the honor and appreciation we extend to the Ohlone people and all Indigenous peoples whose lands we sit and stand upon. And in honor of the traditional stewards of these lands, let us take a deep collective breath together. 1, 2, 3, deep breath in. And let go. And in honor of those whose memories we are here to uplift today, in honor of their dreams, hopes, and inspirations, in honor of their courage and their legacy, I offer this poem as pledge. May we see. May we see the truth of ourselves. May we reach for the highest expression of grace our hearts and hands can hold. May we live with dignity at our core. May we live in praise to our ancestors' legacy, inspiration, joy, and bravery. Our remembrance uplifts our families, our friends, and our patient communities. We are the keepers of their light, of their songs, of their hearts, and the faith in their impact. We are but the ripple effect of the goodness that existed and exists as them in the world. We are the legacy makers. We are the legend holders. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are opening the way with grace and inspiration. We are here because we are ready to be of service to the legacies that we uphold, uplift, and send the world love through. May we be inspired to the highest, most loving, peaceful, and positive good. Let us be clear about our purpose as we walk in the melody of praise laid before us. May our harmony rise into our breath with guidance and gratitude as source. May we walk with a mission of radical forgiveness, radical acceptance, and unconditional love. May we call it forward in each other. May the ministry of their love continue to cascade through our fingertips as we miss, mourn, and grieve. For you, dearly departed, we listen more deeply, serve more gently, give more generously, forgive more authentically, and love with certainty. May we hold the knowing that we are the ones we've been waiting for this and so much more. Thank you to those who have gone before. Thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity to honor the voices of change and creativity, the legacy and the beauty of our community in this incredible opportunity of remembrance.
Thank you, Ramona. May we be the keepers of their light. Thank you. Next, it is my honor to introduce three folks who've been such a staple of our days of remembering Tim Bray, the UCSF Fire Marshal, Anna Levitt, Manager of Energy, Utilities and Infrastructure for UCSF Health, and Donald Orlando, Project Manager, Health and Design and Construction for UCSF Real Estate. They will play Keep Me in Your Heart.
Shadows are falling and I'm running out of breath. Keep me in your heart for a while. If I leave you, it doesn't mean I love you any less. Keep me in your heart for a while. When you get up in the morning and you see that crazy sun, keep me in your heart for a while. There's a train leaving nightly called when all is said and done. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha la 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 la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha la 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 la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sometimes when you're doing simple things around the house, maybe you'll think of me and smile. You know I'm tied to you like the buttons on your blouse. Keep me in your heart for a while. Hold me in your thoughts, take me to your dreams. Touch me as I come into view. When the winter comes, keep the fires lit, and I will be right next to you. Engine drivers headed north Pleasant Street. Keep me in your heart for a while. These wheels keep turning, but they're running out of steam. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha la 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 la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha la 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 la. Keep me in your heart for a while. Keep me in your heart for a while. Keep me in your heart for a while.
Thank you for that beautiful music. Now it's my honor to introduce Dr. Jenny Tiskus, a fellow in palliative care in our division of palliative medicine, who will be reading a poem by W.S. Merwin.
Hello, I'll be reading To Ashes by W.S. Merwin. All the green trees bring their rings to you, the widening circles of their years to you, late and soon casting down their crowns into you. At once they're gone, not to appear as themselves again. O season of your own, from whom now even the fire has moved on out of the green voices in the days of summer, out of the spoken names and the words between them. The mingled nights, the hands, the hopes, the faces, those circling ages dancing, in flames, as we see now, afterward, here before you. O you with no beginning that we can conceive of, no end that we can foresee, you of whom once we were made, before we knew ourselves, in this season of our own.
Thank you, Jenny. And now it is a real pleasure of mine to be able to introduce Katie and Georgia and their father, Dan, family members of Lloyda Murphy, to share a few words. Thank you to the Murphy family.
Hi. Do you want to go first, Georgia?
Well, I miss my mom every day. She was a light to me and so precious. I want to thank you all, Dr. Natalie Young and all the caregivers for showing so much love and support to us during this time, as well as the whole family. So there are really no words of gratitude to express how deeply uh, our gratitude, my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you.
And now I'll read some words about my mom. Our loved one, Loida Perovich Murphy, was a teacher who valued kindness and giving back to others. As a teacher, book lover, and trained reading specialist, she taught countless children how to read in San Francisco and Davis. She was an artist and writer who valued creativity, even going with a friend and a typewriter to a San Francisco street to write spontaneous poetry for passersby. She volunteered serving food at Martin de Porres and volunteered in schools throughout San Francisco, teaching reading and sharing her love of reading with children following her retirement. Dementia was a challenge, but her beautiful values and way of being stayed the same. I recall walking down the street with her, and despite her difficulty communicating verbally due to Alzheimer's, she stopped to tell a seated woman what a wonderful blue hat she was wearing. The woman was so happy. She frequently said to people she encountered, "You look wonderful." It never failed to bring a smile. Mom's charm was magical, and people were drawn to her even as she fought to share her thoughts. Her kindness, inner strength, and sweetness remained at the forefront. During her final year, she frequently expressed gratitude to those caring for her, including her physician, Dr. Natalie Young at UCSF Palliative Care, who demonstrated amazing compassion and understanding. By the Bay Hospice sent excellent caregivers and nurses, including our nurses, Brian and Andrew. Steve Graffenstein, spiritual advisor at By the Bay, was a favorite of hers. And our entire family is profoundly grateful to Father Ulysses de Aquila at St. James Catholic Church in San Francisco. In closing, I'd like to read a piece by my father, Dan Murphy. Second train. "I'll meet you at the next station," she called as she boarded the train. "Why didn't you get on the train with her?" asked the station agent as she departed. I could only say I was caught off guard. I was watching life go by from this platform. After all the years we traveled together, it was a surprise to me that we would not be on the same train. But I added, "We will soon be together again. When my train arrives at the next station, she will be standing there on the platform waiting for me."
See what he's saying?
No.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all of you. You're a blessing to your mom's memory and your wife's memory. Thank you. Now I'd like to reintroduce Anna and Dawn and Tim, who are going to play River Falls Waltz.
Down in South Carolina, in an old wooden hall, there's a dance in the valley they call River Falls. People come out for miles, from near and far, to dance to the music out under the stars. Dance with my baby down by the riverside, holding her close to my heart. That's when I found my true lover, down by the riverside, when I danced with my baby at River Falls. Now the years fall behind me, with memories so dear of the one who's beside me in love all these years. There have been good times and hard times, and friends through our door, and I'll dance with my baby in love evermore. Dance with my baby down by the riverside, holding her close to my heart. That's when I found my true lover, down by the riverside, when I danced with my baby at River Falls.
Thank you again for another gorgeous piece of music. Thank you. Next, I wanted to introduce Reverend June Cole, who is a chaplain in UCSF Spiritual Care Services, and he'll be supported by Patrice Han, our amazing harper, and Danny Shamas, a palliative care physician and psychiatrist as well, and one of the co-leaders of the Mary Center, to lead us through the remembrances and scrolling of the names, and then the litany of remembrance.
Thank you, Mike. So at this time, we will be scrolling the names and pictures of loved ones on the screen with accompaniment by Patrice Hahn on harp. And we invite you to add your loved one's name and or remembrances in the chat if you wish. You can also elongate the chat window to see the messages being added. Thank you, Patrice, for your lovely music. And now we will begin the Litany of Remembrance. I will say the words in white, and you will say the words in blue. In the rising of the sun and its going down,
we remember them.
in the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter,
We remember them.
in the opening buds and the rebirth of spring,
We remember them.
in the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer,
We remember them.
in the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn,
We remember them.
when we are weary and in need of strength,
We remember them.
when we have joys we yearn to share,
We remember them.
so long as we live, they too shall live.
For they are now a part of us as we remember them.
Thank you, Reverend June and Patrice and Danny for that. And thank you all for sharing with us those beautiful photos and remembrances and the words and the names of your loved ones on the screen and in the chat. So this brings us to towards the end of our Day of Remembrance today. And I want to end our time, our service, with both hope and commitment. The hope that we may feel the strength of community, the hope that grief may be a way that we all can heal, and a commitment that we won't forget, and that our lives will be in honor to those that we are holding in our hearts today. Love goes on. And may the memory of our loved ones be a blessing, and may we feel them in our lives when we feel an unexpected breeze, when we hear laughter, when we see strength or kindness or beauty in the world. I want to express my gratitude for all of you in attendance today, for the photos and names and memories. I want to express my gratitude to all our speakers and our singers and our musicians, to the Murphy family for sharing, and especially to Gail Kojimoto, who organizes this all as a true labor of love, which I hope you all felt today. This completes our Day of Remembering program, and I invite you to stay on for the next few minutes and listen to Patrice play the closing music. All my best wishes to everyone. Thank you.